This is Hannah. I'm with Fleursdemontagne. I have a second sort of educational video about beads. My first one, if you haven't checked it out, is about Venetian wedding cake beads. I would highly recommend checking that out. But this one today, I'm going to talk about foil glass beads, and we're going to look at different examples from different countries or regions. So I have some Venetian or Murano. To simplify, I'm just going to say Venetian. And we will also look at Czech glass, so the Czech region, Bohemia, Gablonz, those places that are very famous for making glass beads in general. And then we will also look at Japanese glass beads. They often imitated the Venetian glass makers, and very well too. They are highly skilled, so are the Czech. All of them are. They're all beautiful, and sometimes it's even very hard to tell from where these beads are from, unless you're really good expert, and I am not. I am a glass bead enthusiast, but I don't know everything. But I would really like to share just some of the knowledge that I do have, because I find it's difficult to find something educational online, especially videos, to see examples, to talk about the details and characteristics. So that's why I really wanted to do these videos, and plus I just love them. So first off, we'll talk about the history. Foil glass beads were first discovered by the Phoenicians. They actually started using foil leaf, so gold, real gold, in their glass, and that was around the 3rd century. And more specifically, that was in Alexandria and the Isle of Rhodes. And I don't have an example of this, but I will show a picture of the Venetian foil glass with silver or gold centers, and then the outside has this frosted glass. It is so beautiful, and I find they're very hard to find. I would love to have some of my own. So then that'll just lead us to some more Venetian glass. These I have right here, they're very fragile. They're chipping really badly. These aren't the best examples, I will say, but I have them in my possession, so I did want to show them. Something else I'll go over in a different video is millefiori glass. As you can see here, these all have millefiores, which means 1,000 flowers in Italian, and they're just canes of glass made to look like flowers, and they're all embedded in these beads, and a lot of them are damaged from age and just from wear and handling. They're very fragile because the foil is put on the outside of this glass, and it's kind of drizzled on here, as you can tell. So there's like this light blue. Let's see if we can get in there and see. have this pretty iridescent color. So we've got some silver foil in there. Now they're not perfect. I will show examples of some really great craftsmanship, Venetian Millefiore foil glass. And I'll also mention that this technique of like drizzling the glass over the foil on the outside like this is also referred to as lava foil or lava glass. And if you are searching to buy some for yourself, or maybe to sell, you could use that term. It's very searchable. A lot of people look that up. So I do have that. And then there's also a very similar style that I will show a picture that I took of earrings that I had, and I sold them. But they are also Venetian, and they have like a spattering of color, and they're normally jewel tone. They're like a blue and a red and yellow, and they'll have gold foil on the outside, but then the spattered colors of glass are on top of the foil. And they are called Klimt, for Gustav Klimt, his paintings, and more specifically Gemato. And I assume it means like it looks like gems on the glass bead. They're so beautiful. To talk about the gold leafing, I also went over this in the wedding cake bead video. This is actually a necklace I created. I linked everything and added these beads. These are Czech beads, but these gold beads are the Venetian wedding cake glass beads, and you can see that the gold leafing is on the outside. It's exposed, and then you have these trailings and then these flowers. So a lot of times it's worn away. You can see right there. And that's something that they started doing on the inside for, you know, durability, and of course it looks really nice, but it doesn't wear off, as opposed to these that are coated in the gold leaf. And another great imitator of the Venetian beads are these Japanese lava foil. And they look very, very similar, but a lot of times they will use milk glass or just opaque white glass. They made a lot of beads, a lot of milk glass beads. And you can see the silver foil, and then they have this blue glass drizzled over top. Now, it's very hard to tell the difference, and I actually was unsure at first, but I tend to go to Etsy. You can find so many vintage beads, and a lot of sellers will have the original tags still attached to the hank or the string that the beads came on, and that you know for sure where they're from. So I love to just research and, you know, scroll through. Now, not everybody's going to identify everything correctly, and I mean, it's easy to do. It sometimes it's just hard to tell, because all of these regions are very good craftsmen, and with the imitations it can be hard to tell. These are also Japanese. See, I was gonna say I found these on Etsy, and I'll probably pop up a screenshot of that. And these are also Japanese, and this is typically how their beads looked. I also found some on Etsy that were the milk glass. They were white, and they had like some pink spots around it, and then they had foil around the center, and then these spattered glass with the foil underneath. And these are really nice because you have transparent glass and then these nice swirls. But again, those are Japanese. I would say that the lava type, these two for the Japanese, are pretty popular. I'm not sure if they had other variations. So then that leads us to Czech glass. And most likely you will find Czech glass with just these little pieces of foil embedded in the glass. And a lot of times, actually this, I should have showed this first. These beads, I'm not sure what happened to them, but they're damaged. So they're not the best example, I'm sorry, but I still got them. I just love all beads, I don't discriminate. And these have more like square shaped. I believe these are Czech. I tried to look for more similar to this. I'm pretty sure they are. If not, they're probably Japanese, but with the way the red glass is, I believe it is. Most common have the square rectangular shaped, and then they also did the other shapes. This one's less common, very collectible, little circle, and they call these peacock eye foil glass. As you can see, I mean, they can be eyeballs. And more than likely this foil glass will be on this satin glass, and it's one of my favorites. I compare it to like spun sugar, like cotton candy. It looks so beautiful to me. And yeah, this one's broken. I'm gonna have to fix this one up, but this is a great example of the peacock foil glass. Now, there are also other shaped foil that the Czech did, like inlay in their glass, and I'll show a picture of one. It's gorgeous. It's a cobalt blue glass with star-shaped foil. That is extremely rare. I could not find them anywhere online other than I have these great glass bead books that I'll share at the end of the video, and I'll also put them in the links. But they're extremely rare, so beautiful, and definitely on my bucket list to find those beads. These beads, I am not exactly sure where they're from. I want to say Venetian. I could be wrong, they could be Czech, because the Czech also made these lava foil type beads, and so did the Venetian. And we have these really small beads up here with silver foil, and then they're graduated, they get bigger and bigger, and they have these sort of yellow orange glass over top the foil. Now I'm going to try to find, I have one bead I know that's damaged because some of the areas get so thin that the glass chips off. That's also very common with these foil glass. They just chip off, they're fragile, unless the foil is at the center of the glass. Those are the most durable. But it's probably also another reason why they're so collectible and so hard to find. Now these specifically, I wouldn't say hard to find lava foil beads, but they are definitely not cheap. I'm trying to find, here we go. So here you can see the glass chipped off, and it's kind of exposing the foil. So you'll see that kind of damage on these beads. Now, I'm gonna turn the light off and show a surprise with these beads. I got very lucky with these because of this. This is why these specifically are very rare. Look at that. There is uranium glass mixed in. Now, that's something that made me think it was Czech, because I didn't know if Venetians used uranium glass. Maybe somebody watching knows, but yeah, when I discovered that after I bought them, ooh, that blew me away. One bead is missing right here. It was damaged. It must have fell off, but all the beads are there, and it's a very heavy necklace. Very beautiful. Because there's just really such an array. There's just so many different techniques, but I feel like these are the ones that you'll find and that are the most common. There are some really rare ones. Who knows how much they would be worth, but these I feel like you'll come across if you're a bead collector, or you know, want to sell something like this, you're researching. So yeah, that's what all I have today. I'm going to link the two books. Let me zoom out and show. I also showed these in the other bead video. Sibylle Jargstorf made several glass books, and she made this glass beads from Europe, and also glass and jewelry. If you just search her name, some other books will come up. I don't think she did very many, and it's a Schiffer book for collectors. Very invaluable books for researching. And there's also, I will link, there is a bead forum, I think it's just called Bead Discussion. I'll also link that. It's kind of hard to navigate, but if you have a bead you want to identify, I would highly suggest to go there. and make a post and have someone help you out. If you are interested in any of my jewelry, I do love to feature vintage and antique beads. I do like to repurpose them and use old components where I can. Sometimes I have to use newer ones, but absolutely enjoy it. Just have a small shop. If you guys would like to check it out, I have it linked. So yeah, thank you for joining, and I really appreciate the support, especially on my last video. I love hearing from you guys. I love getting feedback, constructive criticism, you know, or whatever, saying this really helped you. I just really makes me happy. I'm really enjoying doing these videos. So it's very encouraging for me to want to bring out more, and I have some more ideas, some more videos I want to come out with, and I might do a couple more unboxing videos, but I do want to try and focus on more educational videos. I find that really enjoyable, and I think people really like it. So again, thank you all for being here, and I will see you next time.